today we're going to process the food we have been eating for the past few classes, and to see if actually we were right to eat that food, or if we were wrong, or if it was a wrong craving that the body didn't need but was just to respond to an emotion. And this concept of ama, of the toxin in the body, how the body makes the toxin. In Ayurveda, we look at it very carefully because it's the root cause of any, like when the imbalance starts, and then symptoms, and then disease eventually. So basically all the disease that takes time to develop and create in the older age troubles like all the itis, rheumatoid arthritis, tendinitis, and also cancer, inflammations everywhere in the body that can lead to chronic diseases. The root cause has something to do also with this creation of ama, this creation of toxin. So this chapter is going to bring a little bit of understanding to observe as soon as this can occur, and what you should look at, what you should smell, and what you should taste or not. So, Agni, as we said, it's the capacity to digest. When we look at the definition of both of them, so it's Agni versus ama. Yeah, ama is the toxin, and that will always impair Agni. Or Agni is not strong or not potent enough, then it will create ama. So they are closely linked, and that's why Agni is always the fire that we need to keep with a bright flame, with a good understanding, and a good quality of love and kindness for oneself, because how we nourish ourselves, our senses, our body, and our mind has a lot to do also to influence this Agni. So we want to keep that flame bright and strong. So Agni, it's the internal fire that has the responsibility to do the digestion, to transform, to metabolize, and also to bring a good intelligence, to bring a good complexion to the skin. It's basically the flame that sustains life. As long as there is life, there is a kind of warmth in the body, and that means that Agni is present. So without Agni, no life. It becomes a dead matter. Then opposite is ama. So ama will be a product of indigestion, and that alters also the metabolism of the capacity of the body to absorb the food, to give vitality and energy, and also to absorb a certain to absorb a certain knowledge or wisdom, to be able also to increase our intellectual capacities and our way we reflect, or the memory or the concentration. So whenever ama is present, it will be a form of toxin that will have an impact physiologically on the digestion, first of all, and then also on the metabolism, how the cells will absorb the nutrients, and also the heart. It can bring a veil to the heart, and we can have the feelings of kapha aggravation, of feeling that we are not loved, we are not looked after, or a feeling of pitta aggravation, of feeling quickly angry or aggressive, having a short temper and react to many things, or that can give also some impair to vata, and then vata will feel anxious or will feel more worried or can't sleep at night because the food is not digested properly. So ama can have an effect on all the different levels, physiologically, mentally and vitally in your emotion. So what are the qualities? So when you close your eyes, you meditate and you want to observe, for example, Agni in your body, you're going to look at all these different qualities that help Agni to perform or to do or to be present. Agni is hot, so you touch everywhere in your body, any place that feels warm, that has body temperature, then Agni at this level is also functioning well. Its sharp capacity to cut everything into minute or small pieces. Light, so it gives the lightness. Everything that goes through the fire will have a lighter outcome. Dry, the fire dries any places. We know here with the ground, lots of sun onto the soil, and the soil losing the moisture. It's subtle. It can be also very fast, it can move very quickly. It can be also a very, like, you can't hold it, basically. Clear, so it cleans, it clarifies everything. It clears out the space. Spreading, if Agni is also helped by a kind of vata, then the air will help the flame to burn nicely. So the spreading also includes a little bit of air to make it bigger or stronger. And its fragrance. So the smell of Agni would be a kind of, especially when it comes to the digestive tract, to the digestion, it will have a certain acidic taste, or even the smell, the smell that, have you smelled the blood, for example? The blood has a certain smell, so it has this kind of fragrance. You're not sure if you like the smell or not. It's just something that is kind of different. And so Ama basically will have the opposite qualities. Either because it suppresses Ama, it put a big layer onto the fire and prevent the fire to burn properly, or this fire becomes slow, the slow flame, and then the flame doesn't have enough potency to digest any food. Like we saw the three different kind of impaired Agni. When it's impaired by Vata, then there will be much more air in the body, and the digestion will be either blocked, doesn't go down, or if it goes down, it creates lots of air and lots of gas trapped in the abdomen, or belching in the upper tract, or constipation eventually. So this Vata aggravation with Agni eventually will create some toxin. If it's Pitta, then the fire burns too much, too quickly, too fast, and doesn't leave anything that is nutrient for the body. So this fire, we need to cool it down. It makes the Agni too potent. So instead of transforming well, too much heat, and it burns everything. And the Agni that is impaired by Kapha will be the one Mangda Agni that gives lots of tiredness, heaviness in the stomach, and wants to sleep after eating, or develop lots of congestion, lots of mucus in the throat, and the body is all lethargic. So this Ama will be cold. So this you can feel also whenever you touch your belly and around the umbilicals, or so in the small intestine, or in the bowel around the small intestine, or the upper part with the stomach. Whenever you touch one part that feels a little bit more cool, then here the fire is not proper. So it's cold, it's dull, it's heavy. So Ama creation will always create heaviness in the stomach whenever it's being created, and everywhere in the body, lots of heaviness also on the eyelid, and it keeps on dropping. You sleep and more. Oily, viscous, gross also. So that means it's not cooked, digested properly in the intestine. So then the next day you go to the toilet and you look at the stool and you still have undigested material. So you know that in your food nothing was digested properly. Everything should be normally well digested. So whatever comes out should be of a different texture than what came in. Only small things like we know sesame seeds or flax seeds or sometimes corn could come out the same way. Sticky, slimy, stable, stagnant, and foul-smelling. So now these qualities are not good sign for the body. If we look at them, is there anything that you relate to? Heavy, oily, viscous, sticky, slimy, stable, stagnant? Yeah. So Ama has all the characteristics of a bad kapha, or of a pitta that doesn't have a proper fire. So a pitta that is fermenting because the water element doesn't prevent from a good digestion. So Ama is always linked more or less to a kapha. So of course a vata person would have also Ama. Doesn't mean that it's only kapha people that have Ama. No, everyone, as soon as Agni is impaired, will create Ama if the food is taken and at the wrong time. So now we're going to see what are the causes. It doesn't occur just out of the blue. So in case that we have a short memory, we just do a quick recap of what are the causes of the creation of Ama. A poor diet, or eating a diet that doesn't come, that it's not according to your constitution. Irregular eating habits. You feel hungry and you eat later because you don't have the food ready, or you are doing your activities and it's not the time to eat. So lots of irregularity to delay the appetite. You feel hungry, but you wait. And then when you eat, actually the appetite is not so strong anymore. So these irregularities are always also a starting point of it. Eating the wrong food or the wrong combinations. Like we said, for example, if you finished your meal with an ice cream. So ice cream is made of cream or milk and mixed with a main course that is salty. Salt and milk are not good friends. And eating a cold, slimy food, you are already eating some kind of Ama. Unhealthy cravings. So those cravings would be the one that for the emotions, for example, that you take on the desire, anger, greed, confusion, sadness, grief, agitation, all this arrogance also, fear can be. Arrogance, I was wondering how come, what it is. But this competition of who's going to eat, how many chilies can you eat in one go, how many pani puri can you eat. This would be a certain kind of arrogance of competitive way, and I could do that. Could be a. Then, if we eat food that is like junk food or heavy, oily, would be deep fried, or if it's fried with lots of refined oil or oil that doesn't have good quality. Cold, because body temperature is 36, and whatever comes in contact with the body less than 36, the body will need some energy to warm up to be able to assimilate it, to digest it. Then also living under stress or unhealthy lifestyle, that would be again some kind of irregularity in taking the meals, in going to bed, in doing things. And the stress definitely are some causes of stress for the vata will create constrictions in the digestion, so the food can't go down properly at the proper pace. So then it stays for a little bit longer and creates a formation of gas. So for the stress for vata will create more belching, more gas formation. For the pitta, the stress will make them eat maybe much more than their capacity to digest. So after eating, they go straight to the toilet and already empty what they had because they put a lot. The kapha people, stress, for them, they really need to push it far to be stressed. Yeah. But it can happen. And for them, the stress will be compensated by biscuits. Give me biscuits, and I don't know how to deal with that. Sleeping and eating before the previous food is digested. So you know how you can make a test and see if the food is digested before eating if you're not quite sure and you don't have the appetite. Like you don't feel hungry, but you want to eat, but you're not sure if the previous food is digested. You drink a sip of warm water, and if you have belching with the taste of previous food or a taste, then that means the stomach is still dealing with food. If the belching or if the eructation comes out and it's clear, doesn't have taste, or just taste the water you just drank, that means the stomach is empty, and then it will tell you if your stomach is empty or not. And sleeping after food, sleeping after lunch, especially more than 20 minutes. Negotiating, I would agree with some kind of 15-20 minutes. Okay. And we want to stay a little bit like upward also, not lying down on the bed. We just give the same direction to the food. It has to go down. When we go to the side, like if we want if we need a nap straight after the food, we can sleep on the left side, so it will help also the juices to mix with the food in the stomach. And then 10-15 minutes later, get up. But otherwise, we negotiate that, nicely negotiated, 15 minutes on the left side. And in the summer, yes, you can, because you need to recover your energy from the sun that sucks your energy all day. Improper sleeping posture. So you, after lunch, you feel heavy and boom, you just lay down on the bed, head first, flat. And the stomach is squeezed and goes to the back, and the food can't move, can't do anything, so just sit here and gets more and more big and fermented and all. Lack of exercise or sports. We know also that sports or physical exercise, it's a good way to increase the heat in the body, to improve the blood circulation, to give strength to the muscles, and those muscles get the food or the nutrients from the food we eat. So if we want to build nice muscles, strong tendon, elastic ligaments, and also then we need also this sports and exercise to improve the metabolism. Signs and symptoms. So how are you going to know that ama is there? Have you realized already some things that signs and symptoms, for example, with a certain item you eat? Have you?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Find
inflammation.
So the first inflammation, heaviness would be always the first. Feeling bloated.
Sleep.
Feeling sleepy after all this. If any of you eats an orange or lemon, for me, for example, whenever I eat an orange or lemon not so much, but orange definitely, then I have automatically some phlegm formation in the stomach that I need to spit out. So there are certain food instantly when you eat, you know that sneezing, mucus, phlegm in the throat, Or in the morning you wake up and you have these I poop. But yeah. So all these secretion, also wax in the ears, all these kapha secretions would be also, if you find they are more than usual, it's also a sign that ama is present in yourself. So clogging the channels, yeah, the vitality, the energy, spring to do things is not there. So that will definitely be the first thing also you feel in the morning, waking up after having a pizza night, for example. The next day, I'm not sure you're going to jump out of bed with a big smile and probably really feeling very hungry, which is a kind of a paradox compared to what you had. But there are sometimes because your body or your liver also has been working so much during this night to digest all that. So you wake up in the morning and you feel hungry, but it's not actually the proper hunger. It's still to digest this excess of cheese or the yeast from the dough. Or
processed food.
Yeah. Constipation also. You know how stool comes out from you, and one day it doesn't come out the same way. And you have a feeling of retention. Not everything comes out. So retention and constipation will be the same. It shows also that maybe the liver had some trouble to digest this food. So retention, when the stool becomes a little bit harder, a little bit smaller, and more like in small pieces, check with the liver if the liver has been digesting everything or if the liver is a little bit tired or weak. Also fatigue. Everything becomes heavy, everything becomes an effort to do. I will send the presentation if you don't see.
My eyes.
Oh, good. Fatigue, heaviness. So we will have mostly all the different symptoms of kapha aggravation. And abnormal flow of vata also. So the food is blocked in one area, either because there's no fire to keep it moving, or also because there wasn't enough oil, the quantity was too much, there wasn't enough spices maybe to be able to stimulate the digestion. And so then vata, like gas will be formed. And for the vata, definitely lead to constipation. So you have one constipation that can be caused by the liver dysfunction, or by the bowel, the big colon, the colon, the bowel that absorb too much liquid, or the water from leaky gut, for example. So there's too much fluid, too much liquid going into the body, so the matter is not moisture and has difficulty to come. So normally, also vata also gets impaired, even if the main dosha is mostly kapha. But vata people having ama in their body will definitely be constipated for 1 week, 10 days, where it's really difficult to go. Indigestion, so that will be you eat something and as soon as you finish eating, you have a sense of nausea, or it was too rich, or it was too sweet. Whenever you eat too much sweet, you have lots of secretion of saliva in your mouth, and it feels like overwhelmed. You feel like vomiting. So indigestion will have always nausea, vomiting, and more production of saliva. Stagnation. So the famous stagnation, fermentation, and creating then inflammation. This will also be, the food doesn't go down fast enough to be digested. The lifestyle is too sedentary or too lazy. The people loses slowly their capacity to digest. Abnormal taste in the mouth. So as soon as people say, oh, I taste like iron in my mouth, oh, I taste like bitter, oh, I have a strange, whenever I eat something, it's not the taste of the product, I feel something else. So there is also ama in the body that twisted whatever comes in contact with your senses. Sexual debility, no strength, the same as heaviness and fatigue. And mental confusion also. So you want to take a decision, nothing comes. You are not fast, you are not sharp, you are not quick, you feel like it's there, but how to reach it, how to get it, it's still a big cloud of uncertainty. And feeling unclean also. Sometimes we can have that feeling after eating certain food or for a long period that we went through some difficulties and we've been eating randomly whatever was coming or whatever was available because you were not in your environment. You traveled somewhere else and you've been eating what was available and all. And you come back and you have a feeling of like feeling dirty. So also that feeling is a consideration of having ama in the body. Or you touch your skin, or you smell your body, and it doesn't have a pleasant smell or touch. That would be also. And there are some people, it's also a disease, that want everything clean constantly. And they will constantly do some detox, some enemas, some to clean, because they feel that by what they eat, they keep on producing toxin. So here, I wouldn't go so much for the physiological and to do something physically for the digestion. It would be more for mentally to see what is the psychological issue behind that things that you are always dirty and you want to clean. Especially for the people who are obsessed by this cleansing, because they are obsessed, so they don't want to eat the wrong thing. So they are already giving the right kind of food that doesn't give any reason to create some toxins, and still they are not digesting it, and the mental capacity doesn't get rid of this. After a cleansing or after a detox or after a long fasting, they still don't have this clarity of mind that now they are clean, they can. So we'll definitely be more like on the psychological side that we need to do something. So the places where the toxins are created, the first easy place to create, it's in the stomach. If Agni, if the flame is not, so you don't feel hungry, you eat. Boom. You're going already to start to create here ama. You were hungry, you had your food, but it was a wrong combination, so here it might go fine. But then when the transformation happens, then here you will have problem. So it's more towards the end of the day, you feel bloated, you feel heavy, or as if you were with the heavy stuff that doesn't go. So this would be more like after 2, 3, 4 hours of digestion, the ama production would be here. Then you will feel more in the lower abdomen. One part also can be created in the bowel, and this would be more, for example, for the Vata people that have bowel movement irregular. So for them, if the bowel absorbs too much water, or they don't drink enough liquid, or they don't eat food that is oily enough, then the food gets stuck and create lots of hardness, difficult for the stool to come out. It can be also, so one part of the food that comes out of the digestion from the small intestine, there's one part that will go through the liver to be clean. The blood will be clear from any toxicity that could be fat that is not digested properly, or because you didn't take a good quality fat. It could be an excess of carbohydrates, grains or refined, all the refined flour and all that don't have any nutrients but transform into a sticky, slimy matter. So the liver has to clear that. We don't want this to go to the lungs and to the heart. So the liver is accumulating this sticky, slimy. So then accumulating in the long term, then it can create trouble to the liver. And the people who have, for example, in Chinese medicine, stagnation of qi or energy in the liver, that could be also a consequence of that, of eating too sweet or too much carbohydrates that the body doesn't metabolize properly, or there's not enough sports to burn it and consume it. Then this stagnation will be seen in the liver. Or let's say that the Agni in the digestive tract is okay, it transformed it, but there are still a few matters that come, and now it goes and nourishes the whole body during the night when you are asleep. That's why we need a deep sleep to be able to be calm and settled, so the food can be absorbed in all the cells. But maybe that day you had your ice cream after lunch, so it felt okay all along, but during the night it's going to create some disturbance maybe at all the different level of tissues, the 7 main tissues of the body, starting with the plasma, then the red blood cells, then the muscles, or it can be also with the adipose tissues, or the bones, the bone marrow, and then the ovum and the sperm. So if we accumulate wrong food, wrong combinations of food, or not eating at the right time, these also will accumulate in the different tissues. And that's when eventually, after a few years or whatever, we have tendinitis, or we have a cyst that grows. So from outside, yeah, we saw already, you can check in the morning after brushing your teeth and you're going to scrape your tongue. If you have a thick coating like whitish, grayish, whitish, or yellowish, then definitely ama is there. All kind of congestion. So also you feel your sinuses are full, your nose is full, or in your throat you need to clear. Or in the stool you see some small viscous membrane coming out. It's also loss of strength. You don't have the strength and energy. Dull eyes. So it will be either sunken, or it would be swollen, or it could be just the lower part. So then, depending on the manifestation around the eyes, we would know also more if it's from the kidneys, from the liver, from the stomach, and all. But anyway, you look at the eyes, black rings, discoloration. The skin also, the quality of the skin will be impaired. Like looks pale, gray, greenish, like not so nice. Fever, out of the blue, you develop a fever. That's the way for the body also to burn quickly something and to consume it. We put it into the kiln to burn. So let's have a fever. So sometimes, depending on the fever or the symptoms linked to the fever, when we can see that it's indigestion, we just let the fever be. And we're going to help with some ginger and all, but it's the good sign of the body that it has the potency to recover on its own. Excess of weight, overweight, increasing weight, that's also a sign of ama in the body. Poor circulation of the blood, so this also will give the coolness in certain part of your body, edema or swelling. You go for on a trip in the plane. You come out of the plane, you have the swelling in your ankle, or in the heat in the summer, you feel that your fingers also are a little bit puffy. All these signs. stiffness and rigidity of the joints in the morning, and cracking, the cracking sound also. Eliminating ama. How are we going to fight this ama and reduce it? Fasting is kapha is fasting. And also with the religion, if we see all the religion have moments of fasting, and if we look at the time, most of them, it's linked to the seasonal changes, so it helps the body to pass the season without creating. Yeah. So fasting will be good. Oh, if we don't want to fast, it's too difficult, or we have too much attachment to the food, then let's have some herbal tea that will stimulate the... So ginger is a big favorite, fresh or in powder. Powder will be more potent than fresh. Cardamom, cumin, fennel, or even chamomile. Chamomile is one of the flowers that is very good for all the different systems. It's wonderful for the nervous system, for the digestive system, for the respiratory tract. So that's why it's one of the great flowers to have. Then with the diet, so we're going to stick to 2 handfuls of easy to digest food, and the favorite and easy to digest the mung dal. The khichdi you make with the mung dal, and just a little bit, sprinkle a little bit of rice, and curry leaves, ginger, cumin, turmeric. Put your spices with it, and will be good. Recommended food. So we know, according to the list, the right combinations of food will also help to recover. Cardio exercise, you need to do some movement and to move to be able to pass it. And then there are some Ayurvedic preparations to stimulate the digestion, because what you want to do when you have ama, you want to recreate Agni, like to put Agni present at first to digest everything. So anything that will help to recreate all the qualities of Agni, you want to achieve that better, because you are stuck here. So you want heat. So of course you're just going to eat warm, cooked, and light, easy to digest. Sharp, so you can put the digestive herbs, all the different aromatic herbs and spices. Dry, you can also do by eating the food without too much moisture or too liquid. Just to have a sense of feeling that it's like a sponge, it absorbs the excess of liquid. So yeah, basically you want to give the opposite of all this to again ignite this fire and make it proper. And you will feel hungry. As soon as you feel hungry, that means now ama is gone, and yeah.